Hello, students. Welcome to Gyan School of Education. I'm Dr. Sonia Kaur Bansal, and today I will be teaching you about writing the research report, mechanics, and layout. So, my subject is Methodology of Educational Research, second. So, students, it's really very important writing the research report in a proper format. And in today's class, I will be teaching you about how you should write a research report. I will be telling you about the layout in research methodology, that what the research report works and how it should be. So the research report layout must necessarily be conveyed enough about the study so that he can place in its general scientific context, judge the adequacy of its methods, and thus from an opinion of how seriously the findings are to be taken. And for this purpose, there is the need of proper layout of the report. So, the layout of the report means as to what the research report should contain, how it should be. So, a comprehensive layout of the research report should comprise preliminary pages, the main text, and the end matter. So, how it should be, students? It should be really very proper and in a proper format. As we all know, that research is something that we are really going to do on some problems and issues. So, one of the major reason for carrying out research is to add to the existing body of knowledge what we are having. So therefore, when conducting research, you need to document your processes and findings in a research report. So with a research report, it is easy to outline the findings of your systematic investigation and any gaps needing for further inquiry. Knowledge how to create a detailed research report will prove useful when you need to conduct the research. So, understand that what is the research report? So, a research report is a well crafted document, students, that outlines the processes, data, and findings of a systematic investigation that the researcher has done. So, it is an important document that serves as a first hand account of the research process, and it is typically considered as an objective and accurate source of information as well. So, in many ways, a research report can be considered as a summary of the research process. Yes, it can also be called summary of the research process that clearly highlights its findings, recommendations, and other important details. Reading a well written research report should provide you with all the information you need about the core areas of the research process that the investigator has adopted. So, this is how the research report is carrying out its meaning. So, when we are talking about research report, so it must be a very good presentation of all the research processes. So let's understand how it should be and how what should be taken in care and what should not be done. So comprehensive layout we are going to discuss today, and it is including preliminary pages, what it should contain in while we are writing the research report, the main text, and the end matter, how it should be organized. So let us deal with them separately and one by one, so that there will be more comprehensive learning. Now, first of all, let's understand what is the layout of research report. So it is consisting of three main parts. Firstly, the preliminary section, that is prefatory pages. These are really very important pages when we are writing the research report, because it is giving you actually the wholesome idea or the reflection what kind of work is done What kind of investigation is done? So preliminary section must be very attractive and must be accurate, very flawless. So this should be in a very proper way. Then we come to the second section, that is the main text, main body of the report, that whatever the investigations you have done. Then thirdly, the reference section or the end matter. So when we are talking about end matter, so this is how it is working. So now let's understand one by one. First of all, the preliminary or prefatory pages. Now see students, these are the prefatory pages or preliminary pages which are added in front of the research report. So it includes the title page, acknowledgement, researcher's declaration, research supervisor certificate, abstract, table of content, list of tables, list of figures, and then list of abbreviations. So these are must preliminary pages when you come to the conclusion of your writing research report, when you have started writing your research report. So that's somehow really very important for you to organize all these preliminary pages in a very interesting way, as well as I repeatedly say accurate, without any mistakes, without any spelling mistakes or structural mistakes. All right, students, let's understand. So in its preliminary pages, the report should carry a title and date, followed by acknowledgement in the form of preface or forward. Then there should be a table of contents followed by list of tables and illustrations, so that the decision maker or anybody interested in reading the report can easily locate the required information in the report. So this is how it is done. Name of the thesis. First of all, you are going to write the topic of your thesis, then thesis submitted to XYZ University and then city for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, submitted by name of the investigator or the research scholar, and then under the supervision of professor or whosoever it is, the name is given here in form of ABC. You can write your professor's name. Then institute of any institute, for example, it is written here, so you will write your own institute like Suresh Ganbhar University in your thesis. Then there comes the researcher's declaration. This is something that the researcher is declaring that this presented work is done with honesty and sincerity. So the matter would be like that. I declare that the thesis entitled, you will be writing your own topic here in the dash area and writing independent research work carried out by me under the supervision and guidance of Professor XYZ, and this has not been previously submitted for the award of any other diploma, degree, or the similar title. And then at the left side, you will be writing place and date. And then right side, you will be writing your own name and then your signature. So this is the declaration given by the researcher that this work is entirely original and it is not submitted anywhere earlier for any kind of degree, diploma, or any similar title. Now this is how research supervisor certificate. Then after declaration, you will be having a researcher supervisor's certificate as well. So it is certified that the thesis entitled, again you will be taking the name of your thesis or topic that submitted to the XYZ University for the award of degree of Doctor of Philosophy is a record of independent research work carried out by Mr. Miss. You will be writing your name, full name nicely here. A research scholar, PhD program under my supervision and guidance. This has not been previously submitted for the award of any diploma, degree, or any other similar title. You can add few more lines if you need to. And this is how research supervisor gives the certificate. And it is really very important because now the supervisor is also declaring that this work is really authentic. So now at the left side you will be writing date and place, and then right side you will be writing your name, your supervisor's name, and then the signature of the supervisor. So this is how research supervisor certificate will be framed. Now students, now the list of table of contents, that is also called index. So you can see I have given you one example showing here that in this list, one side title is given. You can add one more serial number also here if you wish to, but I'm just showing you the simplest way. So, but you can add on your own creativity, formatting in your own desired way. So one side, left side, it is written title, what you are intending to tell the viewers, and right side the page numbers are given. You can see there are many sections, subsections in the contents, and it is easily mentioned everywhere. Acknowledgement, abstract contents, list of figures, list of tables, these are all preliminary pages. And then starts introduction, then all the important chapters, this comes later on. But remember students, when you do this, you must take care of writing the proper title as well as writing the proper page. Giving incorrect page number will not be proper. So it gives bad impact. Either it is gone for external examination or for any viewer who or reader that is reading or looking at your thesis. All right, students. So take care of this table of contents. Then here comes the list of tables. How many tables you have included in your whole thesis? Now, in the preliminary pages, you have to mention all the tables by giving them proper numbers and proper page numbers. You can see there is one table in this example. You can see there is one table in chapter number 3, that is how it is given the number 3.1, and then we can see in chapter number 5 also we are having some tables, and it is given numbers like 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, and the pages numbers are also given as well. So this is how it is done. Now next is the same with list of figures. So there must be many figures, must be flowchart or anything that you are using your to make your thesis very effective. Whatever you are using, you must use that in a proper numbering system. So it's really very essential what you are starting with chapter 1 and what it goes to chapter 5. Your continuity or your figure number must be maintained. 1.1, 2.1, 2.2, 3, 4. And then if you are coming to the fourth chapter, there is no figure in chapter 3. Then you are coming to chapter 4 and then 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, and then so on with chapter 5. So you have named all the figures properly, you have labeled them, and now this is the time to give correct page number as well. So simple idea is that students, when anyone wants to go through your figures or list of tables, then by all these preliminary pages, the person must be able to go through the correct accurate page so that you can get the proper idea of that. Okay, so it's very necessary for any researcher to arrange all these pages very systematically in a proper way. Now list of notations, how it is given, like how the smallest things are actually mentioned. So like importance value, relative abundance, how abbreviations is given, how relative density is mentioned, relative dominance, complexity index is shown by CI, taxon richness is shown by TR, capital TR, then D stem density of basal area, H tree height, then ANOVA and analysis of variance. So this is how list of notation is given in the preliminary pages, and it is giving you very clear idea about your work done. Whatever the abbreviations, notations you have used in your research, it is giving you clear meaning. Now students, come to the main text or main body of the report, what the researcher is going to write. So it includes introduction, statement of the problem, significance of the problem, purpose of the study, or maybe the objectives of the study, assumptions, definitions of the concept, the technical terms will be defined here, objectives of the study, and hypothesis. So this is basically the introductory part, or you can call it first chapter, where you are going to write all these things in a very good way. So the main text provides the complete outline of the research report along with all details. Titles of the research study is repeated at the top of the first page of the main text and then follows the other details on pages numbered consecutively, beginning with the second page as well. And each main section of the report should begin on a new page. So the main text of the report should have the following sections: introductions, statement of findings and recommendations, the results, the implications drawn from the results, and the summary. So this is how it is done. Now let's talk about research methodology. So here we are going to include analysis of data, inferences, and then conclusions. And in conclusion part, we are going to include research findings, contribution of the study to the different sections of society, and then limitations of the study and scope for the future as well. Now here comes the reference section or end matter. So reference, appendices, bibliography or index is really very important. So these end matter must also be arranged in a proper way. How the reference is given, how the appendices is given. Bibliography is equally important to write in a proper way. Index must be given. Now see how the reference must be structured. So you can see students that reference writing is different and then appendix is different. You can see how it is written. Kihia CM, impact of human physical disturbance on mangrove forest structure at the Gazi Bay, Kenya. Now, this is how it is written. First of all, author's name, surname first, and then in quote, the name of the title, and then the journal from where you have taken, Egerton Journal of Science and Technology, and then you are going to write ISS and number, and then its number is given, then year you are going to give it. All right. So this is how it is given. Another example is also given to you, Hema M and Indira Devi P. So when there are two and more other authors, you are going to write in that way. And if you are not finding the journal name, so you are going to write in year wise. And then appendix is including all the descriptions that you have used in your research process, in your investigation process. So appendix 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 appendix here, for example, I have taken, and the pages numbers are also given as well, and what the descriptions. For example, in appendix 1, the list of funds selected for study is given. Then in appendix 2, average returns of selected funds is given. Then absolute returns of selected funds is given in appendix 3. Then standard deviation of selected funds is given in appendix 4. And appendix 5, betas of selected funds is given. So students, remember, when you are, most probably you will be collecting your data maybe from teacher education institutes, maybe B.Ed students, M.Ed students, or maybe teachers, higher secondary schools, or any kind of data. So from where you have taken any certificate is there, this will also be included in appendix sort of. Okay. Now, mechanics of report writing. So understand how we are going to write the report writing, and here we are going to discuss about the mechanics, the technicalities in writing report. So size of the physical design, how it should be. So unruled paper, 8.5 into 11. It should be unruled paper. Blue or black ink must be used as per your supervisor's guidance. And then margins left 1 inches to 1.5 inches must be dropped. And right, it must be only half inches. Top and bottom, it must be 1 inches. All right, students. I repeat: unruled paper, 8.5 into 11, or blue and or black ink must be used. Margins left, from left side it should be left like 1 to 1.5 inch. Right side it should be half only, and top and bottom it should be 1 inches only. So typing must be double spaced. Double space should be there, and it is very important to take care of this note that in report writing we always type at one side of the page, not the another or back side of the page. All right. Now let's discuss about procedure and layout. So well thought and appropriate. Consider objectives and nature of the problem, how you are going to write it. So what is your research problem, why you want to write it? So you have to be very much clear in procedure and layout. General objectives and consider objectives and hypothesis and nature of the problem is really very important to understand and give a very good thought about it. Then treatment of quotations must be given. Quotation marks must be given properly. Double space should be there. And if it is more than 4 or 5 lines, single space must be maintained. All right, students. So treatment of quotation must be, it is for more than 4 to 5 lines, it must be single spaced, otherwise it must be double spaced. And then quotation marks must be used where you are giving the quotes. And don't forget to give the footnotes. Okay, reference must be given in the footnotes. So let's understand about footnotes, what they are, and it is actually mean for cross references. So how you are quoting a thought, is it right or wrong? The evaluator may cross check it. So the only source to cross check it, either you have given correct reference from where you have taken, the evaluator can check it by checking the footnotes, citation of authorities and sources, acknowledgement, and explanation from a point of view. Placed at the bottom of the page, students, it is given at the bottom and numbered consecutively. So just follow the sequence of number in all the chapters what you are doing. So footnotes must be there if you are giving a quotation, if you are giving any reference, and it must be single spaced. Just remember, footnotes are of single spaced. This is how it is done. You can see like text is written here above the page, and here you are giving the footnotes by properly selecting the function in your computer, and then you are giving 1 2. This is how you are writing. And if you are like creating number 1 or 2 where your text is given, that means 2 number is taken from this blog, and this will be used as example one of them. So this is how footnote plays an important part for cross verification of your given content. So it's really very important. Don't forget to quote it very nicely. All right, students. Now, documentation style. So regarding the single volume reference, Documentation style must be there. Author's name in normal order must be given. Title of the work must be properly given, underlined to indicate italics. Place and date of publication must be there. Then this is what how we are talking about single line. So pagination references must be given. Like this is how you are giving the references. So Kothari CR Quantitative Techniques, New Delhi, Vikas Publishing House Private Limited. It's including 1978 and page number 995. So this is clear indication that any evaluator can go to that page and will find the quotation or any documentation work from there only. Okay, students. Now, regarding multi-volumed reference, this was single volume and multi-volume reference. So, author's name in the normal order must be given. Title of the work underlined to indicate italics. Place and date of publication must be given. The number of volume must be given. Pagination references, the page number must also be given. So, this is how it should be cleared in its way. Now, regarding works arranged alphabetically. So, no pagination is needed for alphabetically arranged works. Like Salman Ka Encyclopedia Britannica 14th edition. So, no pagination is needed for alphabetically arranged work. Like you have done, you have arranged everything in alphabetical order. So, that's also very important, and take care of all these important things while writing the research report. Then regarding periodicals references, you must have referred many periodicals, journals in writing the research report. So you must give it properly. Name of the author in normal order. Then title of the article in quotation marks. Name of the periodical underlined to indicate italics. Then volume number must be given. Date of issuance must be given, and then pagination page number must be given. Then regarding second hand quotation reference, so in that case original author and title must be given properly. Quoted or cited in second author and work, so this must also be done properly. JF Life in Polynesia and P16. This is how it is done. Quoted in History of the Pacific Ocean Area by R.B. Abel, and pagination is 191. So second hand quotation is also you are writing it in a properly. Okay. So original author, maintain original author and title, quoted or cited in. So how it is done? You are giving the second hand quotation reference also. Then case of multiple authorship where you are having, so in case of multiple authorship, at all, ETAL or and others should be used, like Hugs at all. It means that there are more than 2 or 3 authors. So in that case you are using at all. Science or promotion, say journals, page 2013, page number 13. So this is the way how you are going to give your reference in your footnotes. Now come to the punctuation. Author's name, title of the book, title, edition, place of publication, where we are using the punctuations in a proper way, name of the publisher, date of the publication, volume, and then page references given in a nice way. So use of statistics, charts, and graphs. Everything must be mentioned in a proper way. So it is given in the form of tables, charts, bars, lines, graphs, and pictograms. Neat and attractive, self-explanatory, and complete in itself. So statistics, charts, graphs must be given a clear idea about your research, what you have done. Your findings will be indicated through your charts and graphs. So it should be done in a very attractive way, neat way. So it should be explanatory enough to understand its meaning. Different colors can be given to the graphs, and signs should be given or indicators must be there to do that. So this is how it is done. Now let's discuss about final drafts. So final drafts is about revising and rewriting. rough draft of the report. So just check now, just go through in a very proper and attentively way that are the sentences clear what you have used, are the structures were sentence structures proper in from the grammatical point of view, whether it is logical sequencing or it is not a logical way. So in final draft you have to check all these things before submitting. Then come to the bibliography. So prepared and appended to the research report. So bibliography is really very important to write. So this is how preparation of index is also done. Index acts as a good guide for the report. And there are two ways to write the index. Two ways, subject index and author index. So, but they must be alphabetically arranged. Now, see students, there are some references for your more study purpose, and I really hope that you will write a good research report. And for that, you will actually write the research report by taking the help for whatever I have told you. So these are the mechanics and layout, but you must remember that good research report is something that you must remember that it is a detailed presentation of a research process and findings, and it usually includes tables and graphs. So this is your work, that how you are going to present it, and it is written in a formal language. All right students, it is not like that you are writing the research report in first or second person. It is usually written in third person. So be very particular for selecting your words, for selecting your persons. So it is informative and based on first hand verifiable information. So it is informally and formally structured, and headings, sections, and bullet points must be very clear. It is seen many times that researchers or the investigators have done the work very nicely, or they must have chosen a very good topic of their research. But when they lack of skills of presenting their research report, then just believe me students, that whole work will lose its interest for the readers. So it must be arranged in a proper sequence, proper bullet points, so that it should give proper idea what you have done. So it always includes recommendations for the future actions also. Whatever the research findings you have drawn, you must include all the research actions. What can be taken with your related population or sample. Maybe your research will be useful for the administration, management of any educational institute, either it is school, college, or university. Or maybe your research will be useful for the students, for the teachers, for the parents, or for the society. So everything must be given in detail with proper reasoning, with proper sequencing. I hope really you are understanding. And remember that there are different types of research reports, and you have to just remember that the research report is classified basically on two things: nature of research and target audience. So, what kind of nature is of your research? Are you doing it in a quantitative way or in a qualitative way? So just take care of these things. And then another thing, another important thing which on which your research report is classified, that is your target audience. So let me explain you what is qualitative research report. This is the type of report written for qualitative research. It means that you are going to maintain some qualities, and it outlines the methods, processes, and findings of a qualitative method of systematic investigation. So, in educational research, a qualitative research report provides an opportunity for one to apply his or her knowledge and develop skills in planning and executing qualitative research projects. So, I hope you are understanding that qualitative research is really a systematic investigation. And in this is the educational type of research, and qualitative research report will provide an opportunity for one to apply his or her knowledge and develop skills in planning as well as executing qualitative research projects. So it is usually descriptive in nature, you must remember this, and therefore, in addition to presenting details of the research process, you must also create a descriptive narrative of the information. That's why your qualitative approach of the research report writing will be maintained throughout your research report. Then I told you about another type, that is quantitative research report. So what is that quantitative research report? Just try to understand, students, that a quantitative research report is another type of report, and it is written for quantitative research, and it is a type of systematic investigation also that pays close attention to numerical and statistical values in a bid to find answers to your research questions that you have set when you were setting your topic. So quantitative research is leading you or towards the numerical presentation of your data. So researcher presents quantitative data to support the research process and findings as well. Why you want to prove something, why your research question is leading to that answer, particular answer. You are making that beneficial for others by just drawing the conclusions in a numerical form, but just presenting your data in numerical form. So, in this type of research report, students, the researcher presents quantitative data to support the research process and findings. And unlike a qualitative report is mainly descriptive, where, as I've told you, a quantitative research report works with numbers, that is numerical in nature. Then I was also talking about the target audience. So just remember that when you are writing the research report, you are taking care of two things. Again, I'm repeating this thing. So you are taking care of two things. First is, what is the nature of your research, and in that we have seen the quantitative and qualitative type of research. And second important thing, what is your target audience? That's really very important point to consider. So target audience, also a research report can be said to be technical or popular based on the target audience. So, if you are dealing with a general audience, you would need to present a popular research report. All right. But if you are dealing with a specialized audience or particular type of audience, then you would submit a technical report for the particular specialized audience. So technical research report and popular research report. What is this? So let me explain you in a very brief way that what is a technical research report. So in technical research report, students, it is a detailed document. All right. And you present after carrying out industry-based research. And this type of technical research report is highly specialized because it provides information for a technical audience, that is individuals with above average knowledge in the field of study. In a technical research report, the researcher is expected to provide specific information about the research process, including statistical analysis and sampling methods as well. So the use of language is highly specialized and filled with jargon sometimes also. So to make it more effective for the specialized audience. So this is how technical research report is defined. Now understand about popular research report as well. So popular research report is something that is targeted for general audience, and that is for individuals who do not necessarily have any knowledge in the field of study. So a popular research report aims to make information accessible to everyone. It is written in a very simple language and which makes it easy to understand the findings and recommendation as well. So examples of popular research reports are the information maybe contained in your daily newspapers, in your magazines, maybe monthly magazines, fortnightly magazines, or yearly, half yearly magazines. So these are the popular research reports, and it is easily understandable by the target audience. So this is how students that you must understand of the research report. Research report is really of much of importance, as it is really a great source of transferring knowledge. As already I have stated that one of the reasons for carrying out research is to contribute to the existing body of knowledge. So, when we are contributing something in the existing body of knowledge, and this is made possible with the research report only, and when the researcher or investigator is finding something very important from the point of view, maybe of society or any country or any particular area, so it is really expected from the researcher to share it with others also. So that is only made possible with the research report. A research report serves as a means to effectively communicate the findings of a systematic investigation to all the audience and all the sandra that you are using. So knowledge transferring is really the importance of the research writing report. Then along with knowledge transferring, it is like identification of knowledge gaps also. So students, with a research report you would be able to identify knowledge gaps for further inquiry, that you may also suggest your audience about further study. A research report shows what has been done by you while hinting at other areas needing systematical investigations. When you are delimiting your study, it means you are giving opportunity to other researchers also to go with another clarification. So in market research, for example, a research report would help you to understand the market needs and peculiarities at a glance. So, a research report allows you to present information in a precise and concise manner. So, it is time efficient and practical, because in a research report, you do not have to spend time detailing the findings of your research work in person. You can easily send out the report via email and have stakeholders to look at it. So this is how identification of knowledge gaps is also very important in writing research report. Then we have also discussed about the structure of research report, as how this should be done in strictly three parts: preliminary or prefatory pages. I have told you in detail what should be, and main context should be arranged in a proper chapterization. Proper graph must be given, proper tables must be given, list of abbreviations, notations must also be given. So it should follow a proper sequence. All right, students, and you must remember that it either you are writing table, title, abstract, introduction, or literature review in your research report. It must be done with proper formatting, proper words. So literature review, if so for example you are writing, so it must be based on your existing knowledge in the field of study. So in other words, it is the section where you provide an overview. So this is how the research report is actually written, students. So I really believe that all of you will write a good research report. And for this, uh, mm, like this is a summary and of all the mechanics of writing the research report. And I really believe that you will get benefit from this video, and you will define your context of the report in a proper way. You will define your audience, you will include significant findings, you will include illustrations wherever it is needed, and you will also choose the right title and proof read the report. So this is how your research report will be awesome, and it will be liked by many people. All right, students. So I hope that you have learned well how to write your research report, and I have given you some references also. So to you can write more about it. You can study more about them. So I really hope that you will be understanding from that point of view, and you will be writing your research report in a very attractive way and very neat way. So students, see you in the next class. Till then, I really hope to see you happy, healthy, and keep learning. So keep smiling and keep learning, students. See you in the next class.